Now you've basically seen them both naked. So how would you feel being the twin that didn't want to show people that, but then now, you know, your twin is doing whatever you want? I mean, I know it's a weird scenario. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to CattaBlah.
CattaBlah.
Subscribe, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna come out and say it. I ain't too proud.
I'm proud.
I know you are proud. Proud of our channel and how people should subscribe to it.
I'm proud of a lot of things that we do.
I mean, we've done. I agree. I feel like we've done. We have a lot of ideas. I feel like we should be like sketch writers on like Saturday Night Live or some shit. We come up with a lot of ideas that
we just can't do.
We just can't do.
It is a lot of times we're limited because we're like, yeah, but we need like 5 people for that skit.
Yeah, or we need a big area and we need multiple cameras and whatever.
Yeah. So, I mean, one thing that
I have to kill them?
Yeah.
God damn it.
One thing that we don't do is make you guys pay for pictures of our tits. I mean, we can do that if you want.
I am not against taking money for pictures of my titties.
I'll give it for free.
Well, if you're good at something, don't do it for free, Dustin.
I'm not good at it.
Here's my tits.
So that brings us to our subject of this video. Oh god, e-girls.
E-cigarettes.
They're the worst. Just the worst. No, there was this whole thing that's been started because that Belle Delphine or whatever.
Uh-huh.
She's becoming like a millionaire because people are paying her for...
Honestly, like Patreon now seems like it's just going the way of... Is Patreon just for lewd content?
No, like streamers will use it for like Patreon members can pick the next game that they play or something like that.
Right. I almost feel like it's becoming more like...
It's a porn service.
All these girls are like on Twitch, on whatever, are selling their lewd photos on Patreon or whatever. And so you're essentially paying to get... to see them in skimpy clothes, or I think even in like nude in some cases. So it's almost just becoming like a porn site.
Yeah. And this Belle Delphine girl, she has different levels of pay for you can get this for this much. But her final one is $2,500 a month.
Jesus.
And it basically is just. I don't know what you get for this, but we can discuss it because like the door's wide open at that point. I'll do whatever.
Oh, she's just like, you say it and I will, here's that nude.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
boy.
You want to see my asshole?
Well.
Here it is.
Here it is, you got it.
So, I don't know. And I find it disgusting. And there's a couple of reasons why I find it disgusting. First of all, it's very, very easy for an attractive woman to get famous because there's a fuck ton of thirsty fucking dudes out there.
The internet's full of them.
Yeah. And the second thing I hate about it is, I know we always go back to this subject, but feminism. And the reason why I say that is because...
You need the barrel. You get scared.
Right. You can't really have your cake and eat it too. Like, for example, what was up there?
There might be, like, if you jump up where the light is, there might be a coin or something there.
Oh!
Or some lives.
Yeah, so women are always saying, don't objectify women. We're not an object. We're not just for sexual pleasure. We're not a piece of meat. But then you've literally got this massive group of women that are literally saying, I'm a piece of meat that you can pay for.
Yep.
So, why are feminists constantly fucking shitting on men for objectifying women when... Ooh.
Oh. I think you might have to hold up when you're throwing.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Ugh. So they're constantly objectifying themselves, but then when you say to a feminist, well, you don't want to... You don't want to be objectified, but you've got these hundreds or thousands of women that are literally getting paid by their own accord to get objectified.
But it's like, it's easy money and a lot of money too.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You either don't want women to be objectified or you're okay with it. And you can't say that a woman deciding to be objectified is woman power. Because it's not. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's not.
Well, yeah. And they say women can, it's their body and do whatever they want. And I mean, sure.
Sure, yeah.
But it should be one way or the other. Like, so all these women that want to do that for money, you're telling us that people shouldn't look, but at the same time, she should be allowed to do that, so people should look. I don't know. We're throwing around mixed messages here.
Yeah.
But I also think that it's the whole, I have no talents other than I can just show people me naked.
Yeah.
But then still just make like obscene amounts of money.
Yeah.
It just seems very odd to me, I guess.
It's so odd.
It's not a skill.
No.
Like, you're literally just being naked.
I was born with good genes.
Yeah, I was born with good. I know I feel like we talk about that a lot too.
Yeah.
Getting money for just like being good looking, but just in this case where. Yeah, that's exactly what they're just like $2,500 a month, and you're like, I will show you whatever you want for $2,500 a month.
Yeah, here's my butthole. See you next month.
Like, isn't that almost a form of prostitution?
It is. It absolutely is, and that was something I was actually going to say. I'm glad you said it. E-girls and their begging of money. Congratulations, you're a prostitute. You are. If you're on Twitch and streaming and you're body painting, but you're obviously naked, I'm sorry, that's not art.
Yeah, there's a lot of girls that will do it like they'll be in a bikini or whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah, and it's like where girls say, "Oh, I just always wear low cut shirts." No, you chose that shirt to stream with.
Oh yeah, well then these girls they also they'll wear shorts that don't even cover anything. Like their butt is literally just hanging out.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah,
I would totally look at that. You're hot. But what I have a problem with is the paying for it. And then the other counterpart is saying, well, don't objectify her. I'm sorry, but she's treating herself as an object, so it's kind of my responsibility to look. And I was having this argument with somebody the other day. And they said you should objectify women, but this woman is empowering because she uses her body like that. Okay, let me give you a scenario where you have two twins side by side. One of them is saying, "Hey, if you give me $10, I'll show you my breasts. I will." And I'm probably gonna look at them the same way. I just am.
Well, yeah. Now you have the one that's kind of involuntarily. Because she's a twin, now you've basically seen them both naked. So how would you feel being the twin that didn't want to show people that, but then now, your twin is doing whatever you want? I mean, I know it's a weird scenario.
But you don't even have to be twins. It's like, okay, this woman is doing this, but you're telling me I can't look at this woman because you expect me to be a mind reader? That's just not the way that it works. So, yeah, feminists, I'm sorry, but you need to start looking internally for your problems. Because it's not, I will admit, men can be pigs.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm not saying that men aren't a problem. What I'm saying is, it'd be very naive of you to think that women aren't also the problem behind inequality.
Well, yeah, it's like, obviously it's not a blanket statement. Yeah, there are some women that stand for the right things, they do the right things, they're not kind of bigoted and wanting, having their cake and eating it too. But yeah, then there's the other side where, like, any feminists out there, what do you say in that scenario where you have these women that are using their body that way, but at the same time you want to hold true that it's empowering for women, but at the same time you want to say don't objectify women? Because it is kind of both. So what is the standpoint there?
Yeah.
Like, is that fine? Is it not fine?
What's your limit? Like, I understand a woman should be able to wear whatever she wants. I completely support that. But when that something is nothing, and you're telling me don't look at her boobs, I'm probably going to look at her boobs.
And then what about the case where it's like, you know, okay, on Twitch you have these girls that do that now because they can hit a wider audience that way. You know, there's a lot of younger kids and stuff on Twitch doing whatever. They now stumble across these women that are literally wearing like almost nothing and really doing nothing.
Oh yeah, no, doing nothing. Like we said.
Like some just sit there and like talk to the people in their chat and dance or do whatever. If
eating
people ask,
rice.
Yeah, like you're literally you're just dressing in skimpy clothing to be objectified. So, and now you have, you know, these young kids that are easily able to find it because Twitch is for everybody, right? Like it's a service that is just meant for streaming content of any kind for any age, but now it's not the case. And I mean, there's a lot of those girl streamers that have broken like the Twitch terms of service strictly like because of that. You know, they're twerking, they're doing whatever, and that's against Twitch. Like, they know what they're doing, and then they get banned, but a lot of them get unbanned, and then they continue doing the exact same thing.
Because as much as society doesn't want to accept it, the PC society, sex sells.
Well, it's the number one thing in, you know, marketing and advertising and anything. Like, they know they can make more money by doing that. Yeah, you need that barrel. So yeah, any feminists out there, well, like, what's your point of view? What's your point of view on that? Because, like, you know, there's a lot of things that are empowering for women that, you know, great, go ahead. Yeah. You know, if it makes you feel better about yourself, great. But where do you draw the line where, you know, it's either okay or it's not?
And that's the thing that I have the major problem with is these e-girls. I would consider myself a feminist, but not like the bad feminists. I consider myself like, yeah, they should be equal, and I have no idea why they're not. Oh yeah. And yeah, they're giving you guys a bad name, and they make women look like a bunch of thots. I love that fucking word. Thought.
Tater thought?
That hoe over there.
Yeah.
And it makes me sick. Like, as somebody with 3 younger sisters, and as somebody that wants daughters when he has kids, it makes me sick that there's these women out here that make it harder for women. Like, yeah, I completely agree. You shouldn't objectify a woman.
Yep.
You shouldn't. But when you have women,
you go back and get a barrel.
When you have women that are saying, "No, it's okay. Objectify me to the lowest denominator that you possibly can. I am a piece of meat. I am just a hole, and you can pay me to see that hole." Like, I don't know. It's just so weird. It's so weird, and I feel it makes me sick.
Well, it's like, 'cause you're almost turning it into a porn site at that point, because like we said before, you're literally doing, like, it's not a skill. You're just sitting there half naked eating or talking or about nothing, and like you know why the people watching are there. You know, they know why you're here. Everybody knows what's going on.
But I also feel bad for people like that Belle girl, because once she'll probably be good looking for the next 10-15 years ish, but then once she's done with that, well, I guess that actually doesn't matter, because $2,500 a month from all these sugar daddies, she'll be set for the rest of her life.
Well, a lot of people who tend to get money fast and easy that way, they tend to blow it. Yeah. Like, that's why a lot of rock stars and that kind of stuff, they really get some of them become poor. Yeah. Because they just have all this money, so they just spend it without even thinking about it, and then they go poor. Yeah.
But they'll have nothing. They won't have any skills. They'll have nothing to their name. Mm-hmm. And I feel bad for them, because their only skill is that they can wear less clothes than other women. And yeah, that runs the same question that we've been asking you guys here is where is that line? I love this boss.
I know you do.
It's so funny feeding them beetles.
Ah.
Oh,
really?
Yeah,
Oh, that was way too high.
I've been noticing a lot of how things are changing on YouTube and Twitch, and if you watch our last episode, we're talking about YouTube there. And just the way things are going, like creators are kind of being shit on, but male creators are kind of getting the even shorter end of the stick. We're not giving them as much leeway. Like Josh had said, they get their accounts banned and then a day later they're back, even though they may have had 10 to 20 people that reported them for sexual content.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a whole thing it needs to be fair for everybody in all aspects, and currently it's not.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I love him.
This is such a cool boss mechanic too. Like,
Yeah.
it's very different.
Feeding a barrel bugs.
Yeah. Until he burps himself into a hole.
Oh!
Ah, come on.
So close.
This
Got
one.
him.
Huh. There we go.
He's dead.
Later. Hey.
Ayo.
Well, on that note, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, what do you guys think about it? Like, do you see a problem with it? Do you not see a problem with it? Obviously, we've kind of said where we stand. What do you guys think about it? Let us know in the comments down below.
And if you do like these podcast type videos, make sure you subscribe for more great content.
Do it. It's all great. All of it.
All of it.
I mean, until our channel gets banned, but
Yeah.
until then, subscribe. All of it. Okay, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Goodbye.